We're 10 days away from the NFL draft, John.
Yes, we are.
We are going to find out if Nick Casario is the man for the job or not. I am super excited to be back. We got Mr. John back on the channel, and we're going to do something fun, John. This is your mock draft.
Oh,
I will not give you any input. I will give you my top 3 players, and you will select them. We're going to go ahead and have some fun tonight. Let's do this.
all right. I like that a lot.
And John, you've been killing it with the articles, my guy.
Thank you so much. I'm just excited to see who we pick. I mean, clearly we love speculating about it. Gonna keep writing mock drafts, but we're just a few days away from finally knowing who Casario wants on this team.
And okay, so let's go ahead and start. And at number 3, I'm going to give you 3 choices. Akeem Aquanu,
Okay.
Ahmad Sauce Garner, and Kayvon Thibodeau.
Ooh. So I think there's pros and cons to all those guys. I think Aquanu could be a long-time starter at guard, instant upgrade. But I wrote an article this week on the Texans. Why I don't know if you guys thought. I don't think the value is there. If you want Titus Howard to play tackle and you're going to play Aquanu at guard, I'm not sure that's where the value is. I like Sauce Gardner too, but it's such a deep corner draft. So my gut says let's take Kayvon Thibodeau at number 3. He's a great edge rusher, sky-high ceiling. I think that the league's going to adapt to guys having outside interests. I'm not worried about the work ethic concerns.
Yeah, no, it's been, I think, a little over to play. And his interests are crypto and chess, things that you need to be focused on, things that, require a lot of attention. So it just shows that he's able to handle stuff. At number 13, let me give you 3 names.
Okay.
Jameson Williams,
All right.
Jordan Davis,
Ooh.
Andrew Booth Jr.
God, I like all those guys a lot. Wow. So
Let me throw one more in there.
I have an article coming out tomorrow on Jameson Williams and about how he's kind of the receiver that you need in today's NFL. He's going to get you these 30, 40, 50-yard chunk plays, these cheap scoring drives where you don't have to work so hard. And in a league where points are at a premium, you got to score to win. I think he could be huge, but it's a good receiver class, and I almost want to bet on his teammate John Mechie being there in the third. Jordan Davis, pairing him with Kayvon, if you had a defensive line with Jonathan Grenard, Malik Collins, Jordan Davis, and Kayvon Thibodeau, I don't think you could go wrong. I think Jordan Davis is an instant difference maker. He's going to come in and play that one technique nose tackle. When he's tired, there's obviously some durability issues that people talk about. That's fine because Roy Lopez is going to come right in and play at a high level too. While you let Jordan Davis work up to being a game wrecker at the NFL level, I think I would take Jordan Davis of those 3 guys. You take the unicorn talent and you figure out how to make it work later.
Defensive line is kind of solid, right? You drafted Kayvon Thibodeau. Now you drafted Jordan Davis. I would be absolutely ecstatic because, the pass rush aids in the secondary. If the quarterback don't have too much time down there, a good pass rush helps a not so good secondary. I love it so far, John.
Thank you. Yeah, especially in the 4-3 when we're really dependent on those front 4 to generate pressure on their own. Having 2 guys, especially someone at the nose who is just going to cause havoc on the guard in the center, like Jordan Davis, and then Kayvon gets to work one-on-one. And he's a perfect complement for Jonathan Grenard. I'd be feeling great about Lovey's defense with those first 2 picks.
Absolutely. Now let me give you 3 more for 37. Let me just look on the list a little bit. You're doing so good, by the way. How do you feel about this Mr. John led mock draft?
About this format?
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting because I'm having to build off each subsequent pick, but I don't have access to the full board. And I'm kind of getting to hear the guys that you like at these picks, which, I mean, we talk about the draft a lot, but good to put our thoughts out there.
Absolutely. Now, number 37, here's where I'm looking at, right? I'm looking at, we kind of did very good on the defensive line. I like Tariq Woodland. from
Okay.
UTSA.
I like him too.
I want to go Christian Watson, the wide receiver from North Dakota State. And then at 50, Jalen Petrie.
I'm gonna follow. I released a mock draft last Thursday, and I had Petrie at 37. I'm gonna do that again today, and here's why.
Mm.
So in a perfect world, we'd like to upgrade the linebacking core and the safety group. They're both the group is definitely worse than our linebacker group. But Jalen Petrie can do both. He's going to come in, he's going to play that strong safety position. When you need a box safety, he's your guy. And he can even play a little will linebacker, from what I understand, kind of that star position. So he's going to be a huge asset in the run support. At Baylor, he was never really asked to be a coverage safety, and you have time to let him develop in that strong safety role. And now we've given Lovey three immediate great contributors on defense, three guys who can stop the run, that can go hit Derrick Henry, hit Jonathan Taylor. And now maybe we go over and let's help Davis Mills and Pep Hamilton.
What absolutely. At number 68, I'm looking at a couple guys here. Let me give you my top three. Trey McBride, the tight end from Colorado State. Brian Asamoah, the linebacker from Oklahoma. And Darian Kennard, the tackle from Kentucky, but will be transitioning to guard.
I would probably pick Kennard there. I think that the interior of the offensive line does need help. And the people that want Akeem Ekwonu, I understand the appeal behind that. But pick 68, pick 80, our 2 third-rounders. This feels like the value to add a guard. And I like Kennard. We don't have to have an elite left guard. We can have a very good player come in who's an upgrade, and that'll make a huge difference.
Absolutely here. Now let's look at what we have at number 80. Let me give you some guys' names.
Give me some wideouts or running backs.
This is exactly what I was going for. I was going to give you James Cook.
Okay.
Jalen Tolbert.
Hmm.
Or, give me 1 second, Wan'Dale Robinson.
I think I'd take James Cook. I was watching him today, so I'm feeling a little biased, but Cook has got all the makings of what the running back needs to be able to do in today's NFL. He's going to be a plus addition with the ground game, kind of feed into that running back by committee with Marlon Mack and Rex Burkhead. But most importantly, James Cook is instantly the best receiving back on this team. And what Cook could do is kind of give an outlet for Davis Mills. And when I talked about Jameson Williams, I talked about the need to have easy scoring plays for easy scoring drives. Cook can do that. Cook can turn a dump off pass into a 15, a 20-yard gain with his speed, kind of give Davis another blanket to throw close to the line. So I have to go Cook there.
I wouldn't mind that pick at all. His brother's a damn good running back in the NFL. Don't mind him. After day 1 and 2, John, if I told you the Houston Texans ended up with Kevon Thibodeau, Jordan Davis, Jalen Petrie, Darian Kennard, and James Cook, how would you feel about the first couple of picks for the Houston Texans?
I would say we have a tougher football team. That's a football team that can stop the run so much better. You got the best run-stopping defensive back and run-stopping defensive tackle in the draft. You guys should look at how many tackles for loss Jalen Petrie had last year. You have a complimentary edge rusher, potentially the best edge rusher in the draft next to Jonathan Grenard. And then on offense, you've made things simpler for Davis Mills and for the receivers. The safeties they're not going to be able to go way back. They got to come and respect the run game a little more, just because you've got someone to push the line in Kennard and for Cook to take advantage of that. So I feel like we became a more fundamentally sound and tougher football team if that was our first round draft or first 2 days.
Why I like this draft even more is because, we did kind of want to address corner early in the draft. However, we did sign veteran Steven Nelson. I like that pick. It's kind of underrated. I know you kind of like him as well. Kevon Thibodeau and Jordan Davis, that is a real possibility for the Houston Texans. And I could just imagine this defense, how deadly, and like the potential it could have, and then adding Jalen Petrie back there, who Cody would absolutely love. A lot of great things for this defense, but also days 3 and 4, There's still a lot of good guards out there. There's still a lot of wide receivers out there who you could plug in and play on this offense and could help them out. I love this mock draft, John. I really do.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I feel like this would be a better football team. And the nice thing is, there's a lot of ways to do that next week.
Next week. Well, John, before I let you go, let everybody know where they could find you.
As always, you guys can read my articles on at the Texans Wire. Weekly, I host the Texans Talk podcast, so give us a follow on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Last week, we had John McClain on, and he gave us some great tidbits about the coaching search, what it's been like with Lovey in the building. It was a great interview. And then finally, of course, please follow me on Twitter at John H. Crumpler, trying to give you guys great Texans coverage.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys go Texans. Have a very blessed day.